Howdy, folks, and welcome to Calvin Vollrath's Fiddle Jubilee. My name is Rick Morgenstern, and I'm delighted to be here with you today. Now sit back and enjoy some great music by Canada's fiddling sensation, Mr. Calvin Vollrath, and his special guests as they gather with you to entertain you. Now put your hands together and welcome Mr. Calvin Vollrath. Take it away, Calvin.
Peter. Well, hello everybody, and welcome to my Fiddle Jubilee, season number 3, episode number 1. I've got some great guests that I know that you're going to enjoy. I'm going to talk about them right away, but first let me tell you about that first tune. It's called Crackin' Peter McCracken. Back in 2017, I got a call to go teach at a fiddle camp in Port Townsend, Washington. What an atmosphere, and the mastermind, the guy who puts it all together, Peter McCracken. I was so inspired that week I wrote a tune for Peter, and it's a tough one. That second part's all in double stops, and I haven't played it in a while, and I thought I would try it again. That was Crackin' Peter McCracken. And now I want to bring out my very first guest, and this guy, I'll tell you what, we started playing together back, I think the year was 1984. I think 1984. His name is Red Volkart, guitar player. I was playing with the Danny Hooper Band in Edmonton, Alberta, and I was a fan of Red. He was playing with a whole bunch of different bands, and we got to jam together a little bit on occasion when our two bands would cross somewhere. And loved playing with Red. He said, Red, you should join Danny's band. I talked him into it. We had so much fun. We stuck around Red's band. He left in, I think the Red's last gig was Expo 1986 in Vancouver, and I left about a month later from Danny's band. Red moved to the United States. That was always his dream, to go to the States and play. And I remember he gave me a phone call probably within the first year that he was down there. And he gave me a phone call. He said, Calvin, I can die now. I've been to heaven. I said, what do you mean? He said, I played with Ray Price last night. I went, oh my God, could you imagine it? Red knows all them old country songs. And I think his hero, singing hero, Merle Haggard, and guitar picking Roy Nichols, that was Merle's guitar player. Red knew all them solos and all the fills and everything. He schooled all that stuff real well. Red was down there for a number of years in the States. If he didn't get a call from Merle Haggard to come and join his band, The Strangers. He did that for many years. And Red is still down in the United States playing. I'll tell you what, I'm so delighted to have Red playing along with me here once again. Years and years ago, back on the Danny Hooper Band, Red and I used to play an old tune called Stumbling. And so we've revived it here, and we're going to stumble our way through this. Everybody put your hands together for Mr. Red Volkaert.
Hey, Calvis. Red Volkart here. Looking forward to picking a couple of tunes with you here. Been a long time. So here we go.
Hello, Donald. Hey, good to hear from you. Yeah. Red Volkart. Oh, yeah. He comes from Canada. Did you know that? He's a great guitar player. He's your favorite guitar player. Well, I should say so. He's most everybody's favorite guitar player. And what are you doing? I seen you got a guitar in your hand there. You want to be Red Volkart. You want to play just like Red Volkart. You say you're as good or better than Red Volkart. Come on. Well, I see it looks like you're stumbling through some chords there. I'm not exactly sure what that chord is. I've never seen Red play that one before. I'll tell you what, well, I'll let Red know that you called and you look out for him. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. And let me tell you there, Donald, you stick to playing the guitar, all right? Okay, bye now. Who knew he was going to call? He loves Red, as we all do. Thanks, Red. You know, guest number 2 comes originally from Winnipeg, Manitoba, now living in Brockville, Ontario. And this fella, I've been playing with him since, I'm going to guess, maybe 2009 or 2010. He plays every instrument. And when I say every instrument, I'm not exaggerating. He's been blind since birth, so he did not get the gift of eyesight, but he got the gift of music. And he plays everything. He runs his own recording studio. He does everything himself. He's amazing. And we go on tour. He plays the piano, the accordion, the guitar, anything. I mean, whatever we can carry along, he's playing it. And he's been recording with me since about 2015, I believe. And he's just an absolute delight for me and everybody that witnesses his talent. His name is Jeremy Rusu, and we're going to play a tune that I composed for my wife Rhea for her auntie. Auntie Marie Mercier lives here in St. Paul. This is called Sweet Marie. Put your hands together for Jeremy Rusu. It's for you, Auntie Marie. Jeremy, that was so good. Thank you so much. Love your playing and looking forward to getting out and tour with you here in October. I'm looking forward to that in Western Canada. Go to my website, you'll find all our dates. We're playing everywhere between Vermilion, out to Vancouver Island, and then working our way back towards Edmonton in a 2-week span. Thanks so much, Jeremy. You know, back in, I'm thinking the year might have been 1990, 91, 92, something like that. I was playing with the band called Yee Haw out of Edmonton. Myself, Ralph Ament on guitar, Derek Strummel on bass, and Tim Lent on drums. We went to go play a gig in, it was a bar gig in Lloydminster, right on the Saskatchewan-Alberta border. And as we were driving down the highway, on the way there, we were listening to the CBC radio. And there was some French horn player on this radio program that was playing so many notes. It was crazy, crazy, crazy good. I didn't know where the one was. It was just happening so fast. It was so frantic. When we got to Lloydminster, we set up our gear and went back to our room, had a shower, and I was in the shower. I had this French horn player going through my mind. How frantic it was. And if I didn't write a tune with a whole bunch of notes in it. And I called it the Frantic Frenchman. And you know what? This tune got to be quite popular back in the 90s after I recorded it. I heard it many times at the Canadian Grandmasters Fiddling Championships as a tune of choice by many fiddle players. Here, I'm attempting to play it again. This is the Frantic Frenchman. Frantic. All right on. Hope you enjoyed that tune. It's a crazy one. Lots of notes. Commercial time. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the show today. And if you are, I wonder if I can get you to purchase a ticket to the show. And the ticket can be any fee that you can afford. On my website, which you see right here, I've set up a few different pricing options for you. You can click on any one you want, or if you have a different fee that you want to pay, something less, something more, you have the option to do that as well on the website. Or up here you can see I have plenty of CDs and music books that I can mail to you, or also I have everything that is available to download immediately. All my albums are on my website. You're going to get all the credits. You're going to get who played on the album. You're going to get the stories of the tunes, and you can download those immediately. And the sheet music for all the music is all on my website. You can download that immediately as well. If you prefer, you can do an e-transfer, and all that information is right here. The e-transfer is for Canadians. Outside of Canada, we can't accept e-transfers. Thank you so kindly for everybody that has supported the Calvin Vollrath Fiddle Jubilee in the past. It is greatly, greatly appreciated, and I hope to see more of you supporting it in the future. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Red Volkart. I'm a guitar owner. I grew up in Vancouver, British Columbia. When I was 17, I moved to Alberta and did the bar scene there with a bunch of different bands for several years, and run into Calvin and the Danny Hooper band. And we got to play together for a couple of years, and man, I learned a lot from Calvin and all the other guys in the band too, but that was one of the better bands I was in, and real musical, and we got to play a lot of ensemble parts and learn about harmony a little bit and stuff, mostly from Calvin. And then I moved to the States, and I've been here ever since about the middle 80s, I guess. I moved down to California, played full-time all the time down there, and my goal was to go down there and hopefully be a better guitar player and learn a bunch of stuff from different folks, and maybe meet some of the guys that were and had been playing on a bunch of the albums that I'd been collecting, and get to see them do it live and see if I'm on the right track learning-wise was my goal. But I don't know if that's worked out or not, but it's all good. And I moved to Nashville. I was there 11 years and did a bunch of stuff there. Got to play the Grand Ole Opry, a bunch of good, cool kind of gigs, and with some great singers and some wonderful players, and joined the Merle Haggard band. Went on the road and did that for about 6 years on the road, and then I did another 3 or 4 recording after that with him, and it was a wonderful experience as well. And then I moved to Austin, Texas after that for 20 years and had my own band, playing a bunch of gigs and traveling as well, doing some festivals and things like that, and been having a blast doing that. And about 3 years ago, I moved to Southwest Virginia, and it's all bluegrass and old-time music here, so there's no room for a Telecaster in these parts, they say. And when I travel, I get on a plane, I go somewhere, and still travel quite a bit. I'm gone about half to 2/3 of the time. And I go all over the world, to Europe, Finland, and Switzerland, and Sweden, and Norway, all those places like that. And now I get to play with Calvin again, finally, after all this time. I've missed him, and I've missed his playing, and his banter, and his, just him. We had so much fun together as young fellas, and now we're going to do it again for a few tunes, and hope everybody enjoys it. And man, I'm just having a blast trying to put this together with him, and looking forward to the finished product. I know it'll be great because he's all over it, so there you have it. And yeah, just a treat for me to be able to do this, and I'm still lucky. Thank you.
Back in the 1970s again, and in Lloydminster. I mean, this is kind of strange how this is kind of lining up because it wasn't planned. But I had entered a fiddle contest And there was three gentlemen there that came up and spoke to me afterwards. Norman Bob Mercer and a Gordon Gould. I was 17 years old. They were huge fiddle fans. They became fans of mine. And Bob and Norm are no longer with us. Or neither is Gordon Gould for that matter. But Gordon just passed away here a number of months ago. I think he was 100 years old, 101 or something like that. And he was good right up until the end. We played in his town of Eiley last October, and he was out at the show. He loved music so much. He was a fiddle player and a darn good one. He loved everything. He loved the swing music. He loved the improvising. He loved the old-time stuff, loved to dance. Up until just a few years ago, he looked great. He was really the vision, you know. They called them the golden years. And for a lot of the seniors, they say, hey, it's not really all that golden. It's not what it's all made up to be. But when you looked at Gordon and he told you he was 95 or 94 or 96, he looked 76. And anyways, his name Gordon Gould, and I wrote him a tune hero back in 2015 or 16, I believe, and called it Golden Gould because he was living the golden years of his life just to the fullest. This is called Golden Gould, and bringing back my good buddy one more time, Mr. Red Volkart. Put your hands together for Red. Hey, right on, Red. Good to hear you picking one more time. Wow, love it. I'm looking forward to you and I getting together in the same room and playing somewhere. We had some magic moments on stage. unrehearsed, things that were unrehearsed, but I could feel where you were going, you could feel where I was going, and they just happened, and we look at each other and we just start laughing like, how did that happen? So good, Red. Thank you. All the best to you. Time to bring up an old video from, I believe this is the late 80s, early 1990s, something like that. I was playing fiddle on a TV show in Saskatchewan called The Number One West. The host and the mastermind behind this TV show was Brian Sklar, also known as Captain Canada, a great fiddle player and a great country singer. He knows every old country shuffle there is. He loves the shuffles. The shuffle king in Canada, that's for sure. Well, he had hired me to come. We'd record 4 shows. We'd go into Prince Albert on a Sunday, and we'd set up on Sunday afternoon, and it was all done live. And we'd do 2 shows on Sunday, and then we'd do 2 shows on Monday, I believe. For 2 days, we'd do 4 shows, and next month we'd come back and do another 4 shows. We did this for a number of years. Absolutely loved it, and it was what a great band. And every now and again, Brian would feature me on the fiddle. And here's a tune that we did on that show that I wrote shortly before that. I wrote this when I was with the Wheelhouse Band that I talked about a little earlier. And I believe we were playing in Calgary when I came up with this tune. It's called Just New. And it's not like a fiddle tune, it's a swing tune. And it kind of reminds me of the Johnny Carson TV show, that big band and all the flair and the intro and all that. This is called Just New.
Here's Canada's king of the fiddle, North American fiddle champion, Calvin Vollrath.
Look at all the black hair. Wow. Hey, see that fiddle hanging on the wall back there, that yellow one? That's the fiddle that I was playing on that TV show. A dandy fiddle with an old Barkasberry pickup on it. Absolutely loved it. Hasn't been played in a long time now. She hangs on the wall. Brian, thank you so much for all you did and all you do. You're still out there performing. And I'll tell you what, great guy. Everybody check out Brian Sklar. He's recorded lots of albums under the name Captain Canada. Fiddle albums. Wonderful. Check them out.
Hello everyone, my name is Jeremy Rusu, as I'm sure most of you watching this program will know. I originally come from Winnipeg, Manitoba. Lived there all my life, but I now reside in Brockville, Ontario with my lovely wife and family. Anyway, I started playing music at a very young age. Piano was my first instrument, my first real piano. I had other instruments before that, toy keyboards and such like, and played around with my dad's guitars and whatnot. My first foray into fiddle music was actually in a Celtic band called the Musketeers. We used to play at a place called the Forks. I would play accordion there and hire other musicians to play with me, although I guess technically in those days we weren't getting paid. Anyway, a lot of years later, I met Patty Kusterock, who all of you will know, I'm sure, and met Calvin through her a little over 10 years ago, maybe more like 11. And he was doing some gigs around Manitoba where I lived, and they asked me to play, and so I did. And it's been a great experience, getting to record and whatnot. So yeah, that's about it, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Time to bring Jeremy back one last time here as we play a tune that I've composed for some really, really good friends from Renfrew, Ontario, down in the Ottawa Valley. I met them many, many years ago, and they've become big fans of mine. They've traveled out west to see me perform, and I've been out to Nova Scotia, out to the east. They've been out there to see me play out there. They're great, great people. It's Chubby and Darlene Molesky. They love to dance. And so I wrote them a polka here a little while back, a number of years ago, probably 2015 or 16, and called it the Molesky's Polka. And we got Jeremy playing the accordion on this one. Everybody put your hands together for Jeremy one more time. This is for you, Chubby and Darlene. Nice dancing. Wonderful, Jeremy. That is so good. I'll tell you what, anybody wants to get up and polka, that's it right there with the fiddle and the accordion. So good, my buddy. Good to see you again, and looking forward to seeing you in a month when we tour across Western Canada. Everybody, put your hands together for my two very special guests, Mr. Red Volkart and Jeremy Rusu. As I look at my YouTube page, this tech stuff is all kind of beyond me, or it used to be beyond me, and I'm learning as we go along, and I see I have 1.94K subscribers on my YouTube channel, where you're watching this program here right now on YouTube. I'd like to get that. I think that means about 1,900 subscribers. I'd like to get that up over 2,000. And so I'm sure lots of you are watching. You don't subscribe. It costs you absolutely nothing. You don't get bombarded with emails or nothing. But if you click on that little button down there at the bottom that says subscribe to old Calvin's channel there, you'll see it there. I'm going to go look for a picture so you see what it looks like. Hopefully that's in front of you right now so you can see it. Go click on that. And anytime I upload a new video or another show's coming out, you should get a notification. It costs you absolutely nothing, and they're putting all kinds of advertising on these YouTubes, and so it may help me out in the long run. So I'd really appreciate that. Find the subscribe button, hit the like button, make a comment. Just be wonderful if you do that for me. Thank you so kindly. You know, we got time to do one more tune in today's episode. And this one goes back to our early, when did I write this? Maybe in the late 1990s, early 2000s, something like that. I met these people at the Pembroke Fiddle Contest. Actually, at the Pembroke Fiddle Park. Just down the road from the arena where the contest is at, they have this fiddle park. Where back in those days, there was thousands of people would camp. And they would set up dance floors where people could step dance. They didn't allow no electric instruments. And the Dahames there, they would bring in a real piano. Everybody would bring in pianos, real pianos. They'd set them up, and they'd have to tune them every couple of days because of the weather, but somebody was there to tune them. And Gerald and Diane at the Duhame tent, I'll tell you what a special, special place that was. And it still is. I would judge the contest. I judged the Pembroke contest from 1992 right up until 2019, I think. I only missed 1 or 2 years in there. But on Sunday after the contest would be finished up on Saturday, and on Sunday I'd go down to Fiddle Park and enjoy myself. And at 1 o'clock every Sunday, it was tradition that I would go to the Dahame tent and sit down and play. And I'd have Trent Bruner on the piano, or I'd have Paul Dacier or Germaine Leduc, Malika Lefebvre playing, or Malika Lemelin now, and Jacqueline Garrett on the guitar, Paul Lemelin on the mandolin. So much fun at the Dahame tent. Many, many years ago, I wrote Gerald and his son Martin, along with Diane. Well, Gerald and Martin, they are great, great step dancers. I would play, and they would step dance in that French-Canadian fashion that they have. Well, it would just drive me clean crazy. Just absolutely loved it. So I wrote them a tune and called it the Dahames. So you're going to have to imagine Gerald and Martin doing a little step on this one. Thanks so much, everybody. See you next month.
By golly, folks, well, that was a great show, Calvin. Reminded me of the good old days right there. Hey, friends and neighbors, do us a favor and click on that subscribe button on Calvin's YouTube channel, and then you'll get notified when the next episode gets released. Because I know you ain't going to want to miss any. And don't forget to tell all your friends about the show. Well, that's it for now, folks. Until next month, take care, stay safe, and have a good day. See you at the next Calvin Vollrath Fiddle Jubilee. Yeah.
Time.